worked out for him. But first, we're going to take a look at Life.
No doubt a song for his girlfriend.
I believe so. It's pretty nice. A bit sad.
Yeah, sounds a little sad to me. But, yep, 6-4, as we saw against Terran. Recent times, he's escaped the group of death, defeating Hero and Classic.
Yeah, it was so funny in his interview as well because he's like, I don't have any confidence against Protoss. I just like cheesed them in both of those series, and I was somehow able to get out. Life having much more confidence against Terran, but he's up against a fan favorite in MarineKing, especially out here in Korea. Huge cheer coming out for this guy. Although he has not done the best in Pro League overall, he is pretty good against Zerg, 7-5. So he does maintain a positive lead there in the stats, at least against one race.
Yeah, and he's playing in a pretty high-pressure situation, which should be interesting for MarineKing. Has been known to get tilted fairly easily. If he wins this game, MVP wins the war.
And I would have to say that would be a pretty big upset, just looking at the rosters coming into this one. But, guys, we do have to jump into the game now. It is Life versus MarineKing. StarTale-yoe Flashfuls versus MVP. Can MarineKing close it out, or will Life bring it to an ace match? Let's jump into the game. Down here in the bottom right in the red, the Zerg player from StarTale is Life. Nothing can stop Life's Zerglings.
And up here in the top left for MVP, it is MarineKing.
Rolling up the sleeves. He's going to take this one seriously. So, Moonglade, you've said a lot about certain spawning points on this map, spawning positions for Zerg. Why don't you walk us through this one?
All right, Valdez, I'll walk you through this one.
You can hold my hand through this one.
I'll hold your hand through this cast. Basically, this map can be a little tricky for Zerg. These positions, not the best. The other ones are definitely a bit easier to defend your third base. There's no debris in the way, which makes it a little bit easier to kind of make sure your units are in position to kind of defend. Your fourth base is way far out on this map, pretty much in any position, which is the hardest thing to deal with. Especially in these positions, it makes it a little bit harder. Obviously, going for the gold base, kind of out of the question against a Terran because they can sit behind it, siege it very easily. Whereas Terran are more inclined to take that sort of base and defend it a lot easier. So we'll wait and see if it gets to that sort of part of the game in the mid-game where the Terran does get a third base in that sort of situation. And if he is going to take it there, I'd be surprised if he didn't.
I guess, Moonglade, as you would say, we're just going to have to wait and see.
I would not say that, Valdez. I don't know what you're talking about, dude.
But yeah, I mean, Life on this map, he beat Maru, and he made it look pretty easy, actually. He played very safe off of 2 bases, waited to take that third base. Once he was safe, got a decent amount of tech and army out there to protect it. And he was able to defeat a Terran on this map, even if you would give Terran the advantage in these positions. Life has found a way against Maru once, and I definitely put Maru at least a couple of tiers ahead of MarineKing.
In recent times, yeah. That is safe to say. We'll see how things open up. I mean, we are seeing a Reap opening from MarineKing. He's going to get a nice scout off. He's going to know exactly how greedy Life was, especially with his gas, going gas before pool, so we can get a nice 6 minutes sort of speedling on the map, give him map control for a short time, and you know how Life loves to just be insanely aggressive with his Zerglings.
Yeah, I mean, people make signs over it, man. This guy is so known all over the world for his Zergling control, his Zergling aggression. It's really hard for all races to deal with.
He got out of one of the hardest groups you could imagine in career with speedling all-ins, man. Who does that?
Life does that, man.
Only Life could do that, actually. And once again, early speed for him. It's gonna be the nice Reaper harassment. He's gonna have to pull this drone back or make it into an extractor when he sees it.
Will get defended for now by Lynx. You guys getting a good look at the micro so far of both players in this small little engagement early on in the game.
Pretty nice Reaper control, you know. Could actually get rid of all 4 Lings before the Queen is out, maybe? Maybe not. Shortly away.
And he even saves the Reaper. So nicely done by MarineKing, getting a small advantage early on in the game, and that's a 3rd CC pretty early on.
Yeah, and 2 Reapers for MarineKing as well before he goes into those Hellions. So gives him a little bit more of a chance to be aggressive. Trade with Queens very efficiently. Oh, lost one. A little bit of a misstep.
Yeah, you even saw MarineKing react to that in the booth. Life as well, smiling.
Already the tilting begins, I would have to say. If there's one player that can make you tilt, it would be Life.
Yeah. Just that grin, man. That's so, oh my God. If I was playing against a guy and like I had his camera and he did that to me and I saw his face, I would be so angry.
That'd be a funny feature to add. Like the players have like a view of each other's faces and stuff. So
becomes a bit more of a mental game from there on, I guess you can say.
Yeah, we are seeing nice harassment. 2 SCVs are going to go down before the Hellions come out.
This is Life.
Another step in the wrong direction for MKP, and no doubt his ego is hurting.
That it is. Lair coming up here before 3rd base. It is the same kind of safe style that Life played against Maru. Already getting small advantages in the early game. It's looking pretty good.
Very greedy, going for really fast 4 gases, no Spine Crawler, pretty late Bailing Nest, and only 1 Creep Queen. So if we saw MarineKing be so daring as to go for, say, a Hellbat timing, probably a bit out of his character at this point, I think it's safe to assume that he would go for 3CC. But if he was to go for a timing, it would really do a lot of damage to Life in this kind of build.
Is he actually going to get another SCV here? He does.
He does.
What a trade. He even keeps that Zergling alive.
For the moment. Yeah, he can scout with that a little bit later.
I think possibly Life just seeing the top of the ramp for MarineKing and seeing, you know, just the current army situation, he was like, oh, I can take this risk. I can take my gases here. I can put down a slightly later Spine Crawler as well. And even, you know, just do little tricks like that, pick off SCVs. So far, it's paying off for him. He's got a decent amount of drones here.
Yeah, well, he's fully saturated both bases in a very quick amount of time. And he's going for that 3rd base. And it's all completely uncontested, which is the most interesting thing of all. But you do see 4 Hellions on the map, but they are too afraid to go onto the map. It's Life. He has Speedlings. He doesn't know where they are, so he's got to wait until he's got a complete wall off before he can even think about going onto the map.
1 Viking out here just to search for Overlords, but very smart by Life, just pulling them all back before MarineKing even gets a chance to do that. So he won't lose much. 3rd base now coming up. He's just now finishing off those rocks, and he's saving a lot for 7 mutas.
7 mutas in the upgrade. What do we have from MarineKing so far? No turrets. Not just yet. I'm sure we'll put them down very shortly. So there's a very standard sort of opening that we do see from Zergs nowadays. There goes down the missile turrets. And 2 Vikings in production as well to help zone them out in the early days.
Oh man, a huge supply block here for MarineKing. He's been supply block for quite a long time. He just now is starting to make those supply depots.
Yet another SCV going down.
Yeah, well that guy was just a little bit too far forward on the creep, trying to get the scout, but Life is on top of it.
And you know what? You know, Life's upgrades aren't even that far behind. Generally, when we see this build, the upgrades are just a little too far behind. But no, not at all for Life. He's really stayed pretty much up on par, as much as he could going 2-base muta like this. Even finding some damage. 2 more. Hasn't lost a muta yet, and we do see MarineKing taking the gold base, as I suspected Bell does.
You called it, man. And we're going to have to see how Life responds to this. So far, his muta micro has been on point, as you mentioned before. Whoa. Not losing a single muta, even with 3 Vikings out on the map. So, pretty nicely done so far.
It is pretty interesting to see. This is kind of how MarineKing wants to deal with this muta harass early on, just by getting extra Vikings. They have been caught out this time. Losing 1, going to lose 2. Ooh, not the 3rd, though. Instead, going for SCVs. Finding what he can. He gets so much done with so little Life.
Ooh. somehow he keeps most of those mutas alive as well. He only lost one in that trade. And he gets some more damage for it as well. Still making some mutas as well as a bunch of lings.
Ooh, I think we're going to see some baneling harassment on that third base in a second as well. We see some more rolling on up. Man, Life just makes this harassment look so easy. Finds a way in, and here we go. Oh, MarineKing, though, on point. I don't know if these banelings are going to do much. They do actually hit a lot of these SCVs. Way too many, considering MarineKing saw it coming.
Yeah, he should have been able to pull those SCVs, but once again, I mean, 8 SCVs for, looked about like 10 banelings, 9, 10 banelings.
Not the most efficient.
But at least he does stop the mining at the gold, so that is one thing to mention.
And here we go, MarineKing moving on. He has Hellbats, he has decent Wouldn't Mind count as well. But
Life pretty confident to take this one. He's actually chasing MarineKing off the creep, saying, get off my lawn, get off my creep. And Life even taking a 4th base.
And that's the tricky part of this map. The 4th base is just so much closer to the Terran, which can be very awkward if the Terran gets control of the map and gains sort of a momentum. But instead, we do see Life finding a perfect engagement. The supply depots were down. See Zerglings going into the natural with the Mutalisks.
And he loses 3 mutas here.
Ooh, yeah, he does.
Oh, but once again, is he not paying attention here? The banelings are coming in, and 9 more SCVs going down at the gold base, and the lings are coming from the right side. The mutas joining up with them, a forced lift, and that guy's so low, he's trying to repair it, but those SCVs are going down.
He never repaired it earlier when the banelings hit it, and down it's going.
Oh my god.
Completely unexpected was that. Finding a CC kill on a gold base, that could not be more valuable from Life, and he is miles ahead at this point.
This is Life, man. It's always such a treat to watch him play, especially against Terran. You see MarineKing even sighing. He's like, oh my god, what do I do?
What can you do against a monster like this?
He's trying to rebuild a 3rd base at the gold while Life has a 4th base up. He's got 2 Evo Chambers pumping out upgrades as well.
He's even getting Ventral Sacks in case he wants to drop, but granted, I must say that it's probably a mistake. Unless he's going to try and troll MarineKing at this point.
He may just go for that. 3rd base gets canceled again.
Wow.
Uh-oh, MarineKing.
MarineKing is tilted. Look at that cam. He is sighing nonstop. He knows how much trouble he is. He even loses the drilling upgrade, drilling claws. Will not be on the map anytime soon, which just makes things a lot easier for Life.
I'm just like grinning ear to ear watching Life play right now. This is just so fun.
He just does circles around people. He makes them look silly. Now Life just gearing up for just one, maybe last big attack. MarineKing kind of positioning pretty well with his Widow Mines. Nicely spread out. Obviously wants to work towards that 3rd base if he can get it again.
He's just like trying to protect a 3rd CC to be made. But we'll have to see how the Widow Mine shots go.
Ooh,
trying to push forward. He does trigger 1 and picks it off.
And here we go. Nice pullbacks with everything else, and the banelings are storming on in. You see a bit of a nice sort of Widow Mine placement from MarineKing, but it's simply too much from Life.
The banelings rolling through. There's not that many Marines on here. He cancels that 3rd base once again. The wall goes down. 3-3 is upgrading. It's not going to matter. It's going to get canceled. And that should be it, ladies and gentlemen. MarineKing is cursing in the booth. He gets the upgrade cancel once again for the drilling claws. It gets denied.
He does.
Oh, no.
And this is how it is done. Down goes the Thor. MarineKing's going to stay for as long as he can, but Life is going to completely overwhelm him. There's not really much else he can do except leave the game.
Morph in the banelings. MarineKing is so salty right now. Look at his face.
Gonna try plant some Widow Mines. There is no Overseer to detect. Gets a few banelings canceled, but I mean, what else? GG.
GG.
And we're gonna go to that ace match, Valdez.
Life, unbelievable play against a Terran player. We all predicted him to win this one. He pulled through. Lenok did not. And that is why we are going to that ace match, as you did mention. And I wonder who we're going to see come out in the ace match.
That is the next question we must answer. I feel like the map will be Deadwing, because we have not seen that yet.
Yeah, definitely could be. I don't know. Do you feel like MVP actually has a good sniper for Life? Is there one person on that team that you would put out against Life?
Maybe Tukachik and 9-pull again.
I'm Deadwing.
Yeah,
See how that goes.
Maybe, man. It's really a hard one. I'm trying to think of a player that maybe we haven't seen today, but
Yonghwa?
Maybe Yonghwa, actually. If it is Deadwing, and they're more inclined to bring out Life.
Where's Tasia?
Where is Tasia? I didn't see him with the team. I guess he's not playing today, no matter what.
Life obviously very happy.
He had fun with that game. He really embarrassed MarineKing, I'd have to say.
Yeah.
Just really unstoppable play from Life. He is on top of his game in this matchup especially. And, alright, so the one weakness Life has is Protoss. Yeah. Despite we saw him obviously go through some top Protosses recently, he did fall to Classic on Deadwing.
You know, if he is forced into late game against a Protoss,
it gets ugly.
It gets ugly. Like we were saying before, Life was only able to win against all those Protosses in his group through those speedling all-ins, and if it is Deadwing, in fact, that's like a really, really big map to pull off speedling all-ins. I would not be surprised to see Yonghwa. They've used him in ace matches before.
You know what I'm going to say? I'm going to say Leenock versus Yonghwa.
I like that. Bam. I like that, actually.
Damn.
I like that.
Thank you.
Because Life is too predictable. It's too predictable. It can be easily sniped.
Clearly not the best in that matchup when it comes to the mid to late game. And Deadwing is easy to defend on. So maybe you want to play him more designed to go into the mid to late game a little bit easier, like Leenock.
And Leenock is so good against Protosses. Deadwing is a Protoss map. Why not put him out on that map? It makes sense. Well, let's get a look and see who are our ace match players of tonight's Pro League. We finally do get an ace match for Monday, so we can keep that name alive. I guess it is still Ace Match Monday.
Yep.
Who's it going to be? The players are on stage. And it's Life versus Seed.
Okay, well, not expecting that. Not expecting Seed to come out, but it's exciting, man. We haven't seen Seed play in a long time.
Yeah, I mean, I believe he did come out once. He was on the roster in the fourth match of the day, but it didn't get to it as they got 3-0'd. But he did get to come out one other game. Don't quite remember how that went, actually. But, oh no, okay, he's played against two Protosses and lost.
Okay.
Both of them.
All right.
To be honest, I would have expected Yonghwa, especially because he's 3-0, but maybe not feeling it today. Maybe Seed has something prepared for Life.
Yeah, possibly. I mean, sure, he could be ready for an ace match against Life or a Zerg in general.
Yeah.
Man, my hair is looking crazy today.
We had them do a little bit something different with your hair today. Put some curls into it. We found a picture. I like it. It's looking good.
It looks